It's the middle of the week already. This week just goes so fast. I know you're thinking, what? How can it be that? I don't know. It's just the ravages of time catching up to us. How you doing over there, crazy?
I'm doing
Clark
well
Kent
over
looking
here.
hippie?
I've been called Clark Kent a couple times. It's kind of weird.
Have you made your face with those glasses on it public?
I think so.
Is there a picture floating around on the interwebs?
Well, there's definitely, I Periscope all the time. So
that is true. Periscope.
Did you catch the Periscope I did with the kids the other night?
Mm-mm.
The little girls, after they're done with the MMA class, they came in here and they were talking to me, so I started Periscoping.
Was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
It was a week ago Wednesday.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it was a week ago Wednesday that you did it. I got you. No, I did not catch that.
Huh. You should look. Well, it's gone now, I think. I think I uploaded to the grad program, actually. So, yeah, it's in there.
So when you Periscope stuff and it goes after it's live, when it's no longer live, it loads to Twitter, right? Because Twitter owns Periscope?
Yeah, but it's only available for 24 hours.
And then it goes away?
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless you download it.
Unless you download it.
To your device and then upload it.
To your device. Well, I see that because otherwise that we would have data getting. It would contribute to data getting.
Yep.
All right. It's Wednesday, and it's Student of the Gun Radio. And I am your host, Professor Paul Markle, and I'm coming to you from the Silencer Shop Studios, home of the glass case of emotion.
SilencerShop.com, the easiest way to buy silencers online, period. And I am Jared Markle, the digital mastermind and producer of Student of the Gun, radio, TV, everything else. So.
You know, when you say that it's the easiest way to buy silencers online, period, I bet there's an easier way to do the show intro. I bet you there is.
Yeah.
We should research that. We should do some research into the show intro and go from there.
The research has been done.
It's been conducted?
Research has been conducted, and the outcome will be revealed in the near future.
Oh, well, you know what? Being Wednesday, as it is, and I know you hippies like Wednesdays. You know, last week when we did the best of, it was a Wednesday show, so there was a SWAT Fuel Fitness Talk in that, even though it was a best of show.
It was a Wednesday show?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know
Did you
that.
realize that? No. It's crazy. It's almost
I don't ever listen to radio. I just made it. It's like Shorty one of our instructors in the gym was in here the other day, and he's asked something about Apple TV. And I was like, man, I honestly don't know how that works. I just put stuff on it. So, I don't know.
We don't have Apple TV yet.
Well, it's being developed.
Well, yeah. Okay.
But it's going to be the same process I do for everything.
Oh, yeah, for like Amazon Fire TV and Roku.
It's like, I don't know.
Hey, did you know we have a television show? It's on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. If you have Roku or Amazon Fire TV, you can watch Student of the Gun TV. What? I can? Yes, you can.
Thank all of you guys who have given me compliments on the production of the new season. I spent a lot of time and effort, and I knew it would be worth it, but it just took a lot of time and effort.
And also, hey, listen up, freaks. I asked you guys this. You know, sometimes, Jared, am I allowed to express a little bit of disappointment?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to express a little bit of disappointment. I know that based upon the numbers, that there are hundreds of people in the grad program. There are hundreds. And I know there's almost 300 in the Facebook program. Or the Facebook group. It's like
there's more.
250-ish.
Yeah, there's
something. I know I know it's nowhere close to everybody in the grad program is on the Facebook thing. I get that. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, last week, somehow the Roku thing popped up, and I was like, because I don't look at it all the time, I just know that it's there and it exists and that it's working. But for whatever reason, the Roku online, or the Student of the Gun link for Roku. So I went to it to look and see how many reviews we'd gotten, because it's like Amazon or it's like anything else. You can leave star ratings, and you say, well, big deal. Who cares? It's just your own, ego gratification. Actually, it's not, because when you're talking about Amazon, basically any online digital internet entity, when it comes to promotion, for instance, Amazon. You know, when you buy something from Amazon, what happens? Well, they send you like, oh, you bought that? Well, you probably will like this, this, and this. And you say, did you ever think, why does Amazon push those certain things to you? You buy an X, and it pushes you Y, Z, and A, right? Well, they don't just do that accidentally. It's not just random. They push that based upon reviews. And like, if in order for Amazon to promote internally your book, you have to have so many positive reviews, so many, 5 stars and so forth, because they look at that. And they don't have time, believe it or not, out of the 800 and some thousand books on Amazon, they don't have time to read them all. So they base their internal promotions on what you, the readers, have said. So when it comes to something like iTunes or Roku or Amazon Fire TV or whatever, when you watch XYZ show and they say, hey, you really like that show, you might like this one. And you're all like, you're all excited. Everybody out there like, oh, Netflix does that. They have a whole category. It says, because you watched, you might like this. Guess what? It's the exact same thing. So when I go to the grad program and I say, hey, if you've got Roku, and please leave us a review, and 2 people respond, I kind of wonder what the farfignugan is up with that. And
those of you who are, I'm going to give you like a little nugget of information here. Those of you that are business owners, and this is usually something that I just reserve for the people that I actually help coach. And I learned this I don't know, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. What do you think? It was when the new algorithm came out. I figured out
the new Google algorithm?
I learned out how beneficial it actually was. I knew it was beneficial, but I didn't know how beneficial. And now that I know, I want to share it with you. Those of you who have a business and you leave reviews on Amazon, any authoritative site, and obviously Amazon and Roku and Apple TV and iTunes, those are all sites that carry authority with search engines. When you leave a review on their site, and if you have a business, you leave your business URL on that review, that is giving you an authoritative site linking back to your business page. So that really helps you in search engine optimization. It helps your business appear higher ranking.
I'm
just blowing minds right now. But people that are business owners, that
a lot of them just went, pew!
Yeah, but people that are business owners need to understand their site ranking on search engines, because it actually helps you.
I don't think clients. The internet's is really. I don't think adults. I know teenagers use the internets to do stuff, but I don't think adults are using the internets to buy their stuff.
Moral of the story is leave a review and include your website name.
Exactly.
Address your
exactly. You know what, Jared? I had a dream, and I'm going to share it with you.
I actually had to do with like segregation.
No,
eliminated.
I actually had a dream. This is no kidding. I'm not even joking. But I was at Tactical Response, and I was there with Jaeger, and there was a person, and this is not a person that's an actual person, but somebody was there, and they were angry with me because they had mailed me a holster and I hadn't reviewed it.
That happened in your dream?
Mm-hmm. And in my dream, I was trying to explain to this young entrepreneur how, mailing someone a holster and then expecting them to review it is not the way to go about it.
Yeah, that would be like me taking one of our DVDs and mailing it to somebody that I'd never talked to in person and expecting them to write a positive review about that DVD.
Well, I woke from, and I was like, in the dream, I was explaining to him, I was trying to explain to this guy, and in the dream I said, look, there are 100,000 yous. There are 100,000 people out there that are exactly like you, that have a new product and think it is the best product in the world and that it warrants my time or whose ever time. Well, I woke up from that, and I thought to myself, I really should put together a briefing, an outline, a tutorial, a seminar for young entrepreneurs about how to actually, because everybody can make something. Everybody can go into their garage and make something. You're like, well, not everybody can. Shh, listen to me. Young entrepreneurial people do that all the time. They go into their garage, their workshop, their whatever, and they make something. And they're like, wow, this I tried, trial and error. I made this. Wow. Now, I made this, and this is cool, and everyone in the world should recognize how cool this is, appreciate that, and buy them from me based upon the fact that I made it. And it's cool, and take my word for it. And that's not how it works, obviously. How does it work? Well, I can tell you how it works, not on the radio. But it's funny that I don't even know how we got to this point, but it doesn't matter because we're here.
We're here.
But yeah, I had that came to me. I had like a lot of epiphanies.
And that's something that I want to roll out this year. Hopefully, that's on my goal map, my roadmap this year in 2016 is to actually open up not only my personal coaching abilities to more than just friends and family, but Dad and I as a team, because we've, over the past 3, 4, 5 years, we've overcome some huge obstacles that I know a lot of you may be occurring. Like, you may be at that exact position that we've already surpassed, and we can help you get past that quicker.
The one thing is holding me back, though. Want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah, sure.
The one thing that's holding me back from doing this is I am sick and darn tired of people ask for advice. They're like, hey, what do you think about? And I give them my honest opinion based upon 30 years of experience. And they're like, well, yeah, but derp, derp, derp. People ask your advice, you give them your advice, and then they immediately turn around and tell you give you a reason why they're not going to apply your advice.
This advice, it will require them to have an investment in that advice.
See, that's it. And you're like, you should just tell me because that's the right thing to do. Actually, no.
No, because you devalue it. You don't value it as much as you would if you had to eat ramen for 30 days.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like the people, hey, what gun should I get? And then you say, well, I mean, what do you want it for? What do you want a gun for? Well, I want it for this. And you give them the advice, and they go, well, I already bought one of these. Then what the farfignugan did you ask me for? So I can tell you that the decision that you already made is correct? Yeah. All right, so moving on. Today is Wednesday, and it's one of the most funnest days of the whole week because you get to listen to our good friend King Julian.
Physically fit, physically fit, physically fit, woman, physically fit, physically fit, woman, nice, sweet, fantastic, mix your body ocean at the big tight and woman, nice, sweet, energetic, mix your body ocean at the big tight and woman, nice, sweet, fantastic.
Do you know what fitness segment was played last week? Because I'm not really sure.
I have absolutely no idea.
No, that's just funny. This week I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about for a little while.
Uh-oh.
And right now is the time of year that we need to talk about it, just like the resolutions episode that we talked about. What was that, 3 weeks ago? Hey, maybe that was one we replayed last week. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be.
But anyway, so I want to talk about doing what is right based upon your goals. Sometimes people jump on the bandwagon, especially with fitness. They just do what other people are doing because they think it's what they should do. Maybe running isn't the thing for you. Maybe that's not going to help you achieve your goals. And how do you know if what you're doing is going to help you achieve your goals? Well, step number 1 is setting goals. And right now, after I say this sentence, I want you to go ahead and pause the radio show. Not at this moment, but let me say one more sentence. When you pause the radio show, I want you to send me an email with 3 goals. Jared@studentofthegun.com. Go do that right now. Okay, now that you're back and you've decided on your goals and you've given them to somebody else that's going to hold you accountable, then you can move forward on deciding on what is right to help you reach your goals. And how do you do that? Research. You need to research in depth. If you need help, I'm here for you. I've been doing this for a long time. So just shoot me an email, say, hey, I need help on how to achieve my goals, not just holding me accountable with my goals. I can't spend a whole lot of time here talking about how to decide what's right for you because, quite frankly, we don't have enough time. And that's really, it gets down into a personal basis. I have to talk to you personally and figure out what your goals are. So,
well, that's like somebody sending you an email saying, I live in Montana. How do I get a concealed carry permit?
Yeah. It's like that applies to
Montana, but doesn't apply to the rest of the world.
Yeah. So figure out your goals. I want you to have 3. All right. 3 goals. Email them to me. And if you need help figuring out how to reach your goals, let me know inside of that email.
There you go. All right. And, of course, SWAT Fuel Fitness Talk is brought to you by Mountain Dew.
No. SWAT Fuel?
You go to SWATfuelstore.com and use the code PREPARED. Prepared. And if you've got and you're going to save 15% off your total order, which is like psycho righteous. It's Dan's like gone crazy and he's giving this stuff away. But
let me give them a little bit of something because I didn't really give them any information.
Okay, well give them something more.
I'll give you one thing here. If you are trying to lose weight, actually I'll give you 2 things. What James says, you lose weight at the table, you get fit at the gym. So if you're trying to lose weight, change your diet, change the way you eat. And also, if you're trying to burn fat, do full body exercises instead of targeted exercises. You need to keep your heart rate up, keep that metabolism going, so do full body exercises.
You mean like Hindu squats?
Yeah, you can do Hindu squats. There's so
Those
many
are the
different things.
devil.
Kettlebells. Get some kettlebells.
Those are the
serious.
devil.
Yeah.
The Hindu squats are the devil. Do you know how much I care, Jared?
About what?
About caring.
How much?
I actually I don't. You guys who listen to me know I don't like to run. Running is not something that I don't do it for fun. You know all these fun runners? I've never gotten those people. It's kind of like, I run for fun. It's like, no, I never, ever run. I never run and think, this is fun. I need to do more of it. No. I do it because I know I need to, because it's a necessary evil, and I know that it's required. It's like eating broccoli or whatever, or spinach or whatever. You do that because you're not a child and you know that it's right for you. That's why you don't eat ice cream for dinner every night, because hopefully you're a mature individual. That's why I run, because I know I should. Kettlebells are the same way. I don't enjoy kettlebell exercises, but I've been adding some to my workout regimen here lately because I know it's what I should do. And so that's part of being an adult. It's part of being a mature human, which is really underplayed here lately as a nation, as a culture, as a world.
What, being an adult?
Yeah, being a mature individual. You know, doing things because it's what you need to do, not because it's fun. What?
That was something that we kind
But
of...
everything should be fun.
Yeah, Mom and I kind of
The whole
talked about
world
that
should be fun.
on Thursday. Was sometimes I just do stuff like when I go throughout my daily routine, I just do it because it needs to be done. I never really thought back to what my motivation was until somebody asked me what it was.
So, yeah, and that is the hardest part of doing anything that you know. Like if we sat down and had a conversation about
we do that
about
every day
health
for about a half hour.
You know, and you would nod your head up and down. You'd say, "Yes, I believe you. You don't have to prove to me that I should do things." But you don't. Why? Well, because it requires mental discipline. In the world, not just the United States, but in the world today, having mental discipline is something that's frowned upon because, well, why should you? If you don't have a perfect body, if you don't have what it is that you think you should have, well, it's not your fault. It's obviously someone else's fault. It's McDonald's fault that you're fat.
Laziness and or fear is holding you back.
Yes. It's McDonald's fault that you're fat. That's why that douche nozzle that did the Supersize Me thing, why I knew that was liberal left-wing propaganda from the very start. I ate McDonald's every day and I got fat. No kidding, idiot. And
because you ate cheeseburgers every day.
Congratulations.
30 days.
Oh, they didn't tell me. McDonald's didn't tell you that you shouldn't eat their food 3 meals a day for 30 days. They didn't tell you that. Are you a child? But that's the world that we live in. We live in the nation or world of mental children who are afraid to do what needs to be done. So, you want to take something away from today's SWAT Fuel Fitness Talk? Set goals and plan to do what needs to be done, whether or not it's comfortable or fun. All right, moving on. Century Arms, the sweetest smelling arms maker in the United States, the makers of the C-39. And you know what they're pushing like crazy people right now? Red Army Standard ammo. Do I need to tell you that you should have ammunition? I don't know. Apparently there are some people in the world that need to be told that that those bang sticks need fuel. They need fuel, constant fuel, and that constant fuel is ammunition. And you know what? The truth is, Jared, we talk about Century Arms a lot, and we talk about their guns a lot. But when's the last time we talked about the ammunition that they have?
It's been a while.
So shame on us, but check them out. All right, Crossbreed Holsters at crossbreedholsters.com. And we still have the save 15% off on the special thing. But here's the deal. Go to crossbreedholsters.com, and they're running specials and unique things all the time now, and you just need to pay attention. Frog Lube Extreme. I know you missed that. Frog Lube Extreme, and you can get Frog Lube at brownells.com. And you can also get Duracoat at Duracoat.com. No, Duracoat at Lauer Weaponry or at Brownells. And your kind of partial homework assignment is when you buy the gun tattoos, do your project, take pictures of it. We want to see it. We're kind of excited about that.
Hashtag pound symbol student for life.
Pound sign. Hashtag student for life. That's right. And Velocity Triggers. You got a black rifle, they got a trigger for you because Velocity Triggers is
superior quality and value.
That's right. All right. The armed citizen. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. And what we're going to talk about right now is the wrong way. You mean there's a wrong way to be an armed citizen? Yes. Here we go. This story has been bandied about on public social media sites for at least a week now. And the source we have here is denver.eater.com. Eater, like eating, like a person who eats. Armed bystander takes law into own hands during subway robbery by Andra Zeppelin. Oh, Andra? It's Andra or Andra Zeppelin. That is totally badass. If I could, you know what? If I could change my name, I think I might change my name to Zeppelin. That is badass. All right, here's the story, folks. It says, after a masked man hit an employee and robbed a Subway restaurant in Aurora, this is Colorado, an armed bystander named Avery Nelson took matters into his own hands, said Channel 9 News. Channel 9 News reported that. He chased the robber, pulled out a gun, and fired warning shots in the air, then additional shots at the subject's getaway car. Ooh. Nelson's well-intentions yielded a court summons for reckless endangerment and the firing of a weapon. Apparently there's a charge called firing of a weapon, because that's in bold. A police officer explained, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? A police officer explained that witnesses are encouraged to pay attention to details that they can share with law enforcement rather than proceed on their own. Now, the round shot in pursuit of the robber could have hurt other bystanders. Yes, I get that. But, all right, so there's the whole just be a good witness, professional law enforcement advice aside Let's set that aside for right now. Just I'm setting it aside. The incident occurred around 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, January 9th at the 15,000 block of East blah, 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 blah. All right, here's the deal. Obviously, Avery Nelson is not a graduate of the Armed Living course. Is he, Jared?
No.
No, he is not.
Because if he was, he would not have done that.
Okay. They're like, well, I'm going to guess that Avery Nelson probably, I'm just supposing here. I know, I'm just supposing that Avery Nelson is I believe it said in the previous story that he was had a concealed carry permit, was a lawful concealed carrier. So check that block. I took the state mandated, right, training course. The state said, this is what you have to take. Now, Jared, have we ever touched on the fact that your state concealed carry training class is really not training? Have we ever discussed that here in the Student of the Gun University environment, or is this something new?
The Student of the Gun University universe?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
How many times have you encountered a person in your life in the gun culture, a new gun owner, and you said, "Hey, man, I'm going to this training class," or you've hipped them and you said, "I'm going to XYZ training school. I'm going to take a weekend, or I'm going to take a long weekend, or a full day, or 4 days, or whatever." You've said this to your friend or your relative or whatever, and they say to you, "Oh, I'm good. I've got my permit already. I took the class." And you say, "What class did you take?" "Well, I took the state mandated class." Yes, you did. And how many times have you dudes and dudettes out there who are like hardcore gun culture people, you're like, you took the state class and you were like smashing your head into the wall because by the time you walked out, you'd spent hours and hours listening to a guy tell you how if you do this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, you're going to lose your permit. And you never really got told what was the right thing to do. You were just told. How many times do we train by negativity, Jared? Is that training? Is that education when your entire class consists of don't? Is that the kind of training that you want?
No.
I'm looking.
Oh, you're actually asking.
I'm looking at you. I'm offering. I'm giving you the opportunity to speak.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity.
We're talking
to speak.
about.
I do not want negative reinforcement. I would rather have positive reinforcement.
I mean,
and tell me what to do and how to make decisions for myself, and I will decide whether I should do it or not.
Well, and that's a problem with don't training. When you go to a lot, I'm sorry, but the fact of the matter is the vast majority of the state-approved, state-mandated classes are don't. And you say, aha, Paul, you say don't fire warning shots. And that's what this guy did. And if he'd have done that, yeah, but what is the do part of that? What is the when should I actually engage a human with a lethal force tool? Oh, why do you suppose?
You know what? You're just
Johnny. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you just want people's money.
That's it. I'm trying to trick people into wasting their money on training.
Yep.
If this guy, if Mr. Nelson here, if we could have somehow through our evil dastardly plan, if we could have tricked him into taking buying the Armed Living DVD and consuming that information, if we could have tricked him into going to training, he probably wouldn't be going to court right now on a reckless endangerment summons. You're like, well, what's he supposed to do, Paul? Well, I'm going to go ahead and put on my amazing Kreskin hat here and say, what? If he was present, if you're present when some dude walks into a Subway, a whatever. He walks into XYZ establishment, whips out a gun, starts beating the employees and threatening them with harm and committing a robbery. That right there, that's probably the time that you want to say, hey, this should stop. The whole, I'm going to wait until the robbery has been committed, till the person leaves the scene. Now, am I saying you shouldn't stop them from, like, escaping? Because the fact of the matter is, if the bad person is, they's going to do it again because they succeeded. What do you mean they succeeded? Well, okay, if a robber, if he goes into a store and he points a gun at the clerk's face and the clerk goes, don't hurt me, and gives them all the money, and then they leave with the money and go away, they just succeeded. And so they have been taught by experience to keep doing that thing. And they're going to keep doing that thing until something changes in the, they're not going to, well, they might find the Lord. They might. But in the meantime, somebody's going to, and successful criminals become even bolder and more brazen. You ever wonder why you have these animals that walk into there and they smack someone in the head with their guns and knock them down? And you ever wonder how a person becomes that kind of monster? Because they're emboldened by the success of their behavior. How do you change that? Well, a quick, fast, and in a hurry way to change that is one of these verminous pieces of human filth decides that they're going to use a deadly force instrument to commit a felony. You inject projectiles into their structure, and then they stop doing that, and it kind of forces a reset. I'm just saying. Folks, there's a right way and a wrong way to be an armed citizen. And case number one is the wrong way. And I'm looking at my show notes, and
do these go with both?
I see that somehow the next story that I was going to talk about
it got dropped down to Thursday because
is not in my show notes anymore.
Time.
So no, there has to be a right way and a wrong way.
Okay,
crazy person.
It's appeared back there somehow.
All right, now see the yellow stuff?
Yeah, I saw the yellow stuff.
Make me music.
Do you want me to make music appear for your ears?
Yes, please do.
That's why I say amen, I shine.
Thank you, Filter, for the Go Team moment. Now, so what do we have? We had the wrong way, and now we have the right way. From the ChicagoTribune.com, cops. Liquor store clerk fatally shoots 2 would-be robbers. Then it says, 15 and 17. All right, 2 would-be robbers, and this is a story from January 11th by multiple sources. It's like 1827, 352 people contributed to this article. Apparently it takes like 18 people to write an article for this. I don't know. Did you see that, Jared?
I've never seen that before.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 6 reporters contributed to this one story.
It's not even that long of a story.
Wow. 6 people combined to make 900 words. 2 would-be robbers were fatally shot at a liquor store in the Gresham neighborhood Saturday night. The 2 have been identified as a 15-year-old boy and a 17-year-old boy. Hey, listen to me. Listen up. If you decide as a teenage individual human that you're going to take a gun and go into a store and threaten to kill people to take their property, you don't get to cloak yourself in the, he was just a teen.
Now, hold on a
just
second.
a boy.
You can't, it's illegal to go into a liquor store if you're under 21, isn't it?
No. I mean, they probably sold like candy bars and chips and stuff like that too. Yeah. Keyshawn Marzette, 15 of Derpa, and William Larson, 17, same address, were pronounced dead on the scene, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. Autopsy Sundays determined that both died of multiple gunshot wounds. Well, all right. You mean they didn't, like... You got to give the coroner a big thumbs up on that one. It's like, well, we have 2 bodies that have bullets in them. We need to do an autopsy to find out how they died. Yes, I can confirm that. The bullets did cause it. Their deaths were classified as homicides. Okay,
that chalks them up in the stats. So.
So now these Utes have just been put in the Gun Control America's handgun death statistics.
Yep.
Look at how many people died from handguns. Yeah, but they were robbers. They were felons. But they died from handguns. Yeah. But there's more. The two were shot to death by a store employee about 8:30 p.m. When they tried to rob the Z&S store. Citing preliminary investigations, authorities said two people walked into the store, and one of them hopped over the counter, then hit the clerk standing behind the counter. So these young, innocent Utes jumped over the counter and smacked the freaking clerk, probably with the gun, I don't know, while the other remained in front of the counter. Meanwhile, a relative of the store owner heard the commotion upstairs, came down, and, whacked him with his gat. Now, here's the thing. Family members identified them at the scene, blah, blah, blah. Investigators are trying to determine if the teens had robbed at least two other stores in the area not long before trying to rob this liquor store. Going back to our previous discussion on successful criminals will keep right on doing it based upon their success, and they will become more bold and more brazen and more violent unless at some point in time they are checked. Now, to the officer from Colorado who says, just be a good widow witness and make sure that you tell the police when they come afterwards what everybody looked like. Hey, officer, riddle me this, Batman. How do you stop these people from getting more bold, more brazen, and actually murdering people in these stores while they're committing robberies? How do you stop that from happening? By being a super awesome good witness? Hey, Jared, the two previous robberies before this one happened, you want to bet that there were witnesses?
Yeah.
I bet you, I would just bet you dimes to donuts that the two previous robberies had cooperating witnesses. What good did the cooperating witnesses do in stopping the third robbery? But you can't just... What? You can't just what? You can't just stop these felonious pieces of human filth from committing robberies? Hey, you know what's really cool, Jared? They got a picture of the front of the store here, and there's a no gun sign on it.
Yeah. That's what it says.
It's one of those little silly circle with a gun thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, Keyshawn and Demetrius Laquanda, what was the dude's names? The deceased. Keyshawn and William, they must have missed that. They missed the little no gun sign when they went in to commit the robbery. They should make the signs bigger. That's probably it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. So what do we have here? We have examples of how to and how not to be an armed citizen. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. So if yous be toting a gun out there, you want to make sure that you're doing it the right way. I'm just saying. Give them their homework assignment, freak.
Your homework assignment is to go to LauerWeaponry.com and purchase the Student of the Gun tattoos.
Well, it's not just the Student of the Gun one. You get a whole kit.
Oh, I thought you chose.
I don't know. Maybe I'm incorrect.
I'm pretty sure that you choose which one you want.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to go check that out. And if you
true.
go check that out, let me know how that works for you.
Let me know how it works for you. All right, freaks. We'll be back tomorrow.